So YNW Melly's trial is finally starting after the yo, bro. This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. If YNW Melly doesn't beat this case, yo, he's facing a death penalty? That's fucking crazy. I wanted to watch so many Law and Crime Network, but I just give me the whole, like, you feel me? Because this shit been so long, I forgot about it. So I need to be brought up to speed.
The YNW Melly trial is finally here, and it started out with opening statements from the prosecution and from the defense. Prosecution seems very confident by straight up saying he shot and killed them as the first sentence, and they also point out the phone records.
This nigga better have a Sal Goodman lawyer to beat this shit.
And the ballistics and all that. And then Melly's lawyer comes up and explains how there's no motive, no murder weapon, and that apparently that it wasn't even his phone that they were tracked, and a whole lot of reasonable doubt, which is all he needs to prove to this jury is that there's reasonable doubt. Melly seems nervous but also laughing at some points, like chilling, but there's a whole lot going on here. I tried to summarize 7 hours, so here it is. Wow. Here we go, boys. This is the first look at Melly. He seems like he's in a good mood with his lawyer. Or one of his lawyers, at least. I know his ass gotta be nervous as hell, bruh.
Hell yeah, the nigga is facing fucking the death penalty if he gets fucking charged with this shit. We nervous too, nigga. I'll be shitting bricks. They about to, man. I hope, man.
On October 26th.
I'm in a weird place because I ain't about to defend no murderer. But at the same time, if he really didn't do this shit and they get him out of here, that's crazy.
2018, this defendant shot and killed 2 of his friends. He killed Christopher Thomas and Anthony Williams. Portland Henry,
That's the driver, right? Yeah, that was the driver.
co-defendant, shows up at Memorial Miramar Hospital. In his car, he has 2 dead bodies. In the front passenger seat is Anthony Williams.
This is one of the prosecutors, obviously.
In the rear passenger seat is Christopher Thomas. They are dead, they are riddled with bullets, and the car is full of blood. Christopher Thomas,
They tried to stage a drive-by, I believe. They tried to make it seem like another car had shot at them when the bullets had came from the back seat where YNW Melly was sitting at. It's coming back. It's been so fucking long, bro. It's been so fucking long.
has multiple defects to his body. Anthony Williams, who is sitting in the front, has 2 major injuries. We were at the recording studio, we drove home, and you're going to hear that on Miramar Parkway, sometime between 160th, which is also commonly referred to as Dykes Road, and 172nd, Portland Henry says they were shot at. That he ducked down, and you'll see him doing that in the video.
This is where Bortland fucked up. We all saw that footage of Bortland, like, talking to the police. I'll put it on the screen right now if you want to go watch that.
He did? Why?
He seemed like he didn't know what his plan was from the get-go.
The detectives from Miramar, at this point, shut down the entire length of Miramar Parkway. And they sit and they walk side by side for an hour, that mile-long stretch. There is a lack of any evidence whatsoever to support that a drive-by happened on Miramar Parkway. It has 16 easily identifiable bullet defects. It has a broken out...
Damn, I didn't know it had 16 bullet holes in it.
And that the recording studio is equipped with cameras. And ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see footage from both inside and outside. You're going to learn that on the morning of the 26th at approximately 1 p.m., detectives went out to the recording studio to try and see if somebody had followed. That is the first time detectives learned that there was actually 4 people in that gray Jeep. And that the defendant, Jamel Demmons, is in the rear driver's side seat.
Definitely a little bit of a red flag that Bortland didn't tell them that Melly was in the car. I mean, why would that be a thing? If you lie and say you're not in a car where 2 people got killed,
And that's the thing. They had an hour. I'm not promoting this. I swear to God I'm not. But they had an hour to get a story right. And this is the story this nigga came up with? You might as well just ask for an attorney.
red flag, let's be honest here, boys. That's just how life works. Detectives are going to be like, wait, why did you lie about that? Big piece of evidence that the prosecutor is going to use here is tracking Melly and all of them around, so.
As Jamel Demmons leaves that recording studio, he's got his phone in his hand, and he's playing on his phone. Then Anthony Williams had his phone with him. And the interesting fact that's important to keep in mind is Anthony Williams, the deceased in the front passenger seat, and
I ain't gonna lie, she ain't blinked now one time. She trying to fry this nigga. Lord, is that his video speeding up like that? Oh no, my shit normal. His shit is like that. All right.
Jamel Demmons, who is the shooter, in the rear driver's side passenger seat, have the exact same make and model of cell phone. Not only do they have the same make and model of cell phone, they are on the exact same cell phone plan. They're using the same service, the same cell towers, everything like that. So you can compare the information from those two cell phones and see how they track together. The red
God, it is crazy that they all lived together when this happened too.
From Hines Boulevard, it travels west all the way to the edge of the Everglades, where it is desolate, where it is dark, where there are no witnesses. You're not going to see people. You're not going to see activity. There's no streetlights. And at 4:02 a.m., Jamel Demons exits that vehicle and stages that drive.
Damn, they have this car tracked to go into like the middle of nowhere, kind of like on a road where nothing's going on, no witnesses or anything.
One person says, oh, it's at this location. One person says it's over here on the side of the road. Look at what the physical evidence shows, and that's what I would suggest to you is the most reliable.
Yeah, their stories weren't lined up, bro.
The fatal wounds for Christopher Thomas and Anthony Williams are coming from inside the vehicle, from the rear driver's side passenger going out towards the passenger side. Is that when the drive-by was staged at 4:02 a.m.? The victims were already dead. The medical examiner will be able to testify and tell you that the fatal shots to Anthony Williams, to his head, that enters in the back of his head and exits at the top, blowing out the front passenger window, was fatal. And that the additional wounds
Nah, that's fucking crazy. That's crazy.
that are consistent with the trajectories going through the vehicle.
Wow. Zach Chaser got shot in the back of the head and it went through the front windshield. God, the details are so gruesome, bro.
Your post-mortem inflicted gunshot wounds.
Oh, we hit him when they were already dead too, when he was just, oh dude. This is what they're saying, that they were already dead, and when he was staging the drive-by, he shot him again.
That Christopher Thomas was shot in his
Nah, that's crazy. This nigga better have a Sal Goodman ass lawyer, nigga.
left cheek. That was the fatal shot for him. You're also going to hear about stippling. Stippling is unburnt gunpowder that's ejected from the front of a firearm when a bullet is fired.
So the gunpowder from the gun is stippling. I thought it was, she's pronouncing it stippling. I guess I'm a fucking idiot. So that basically says the gun was within 2 feet of the person they shot. So like basically execution style. Not really indicative of a drive-by.
And from that pattern, the medical examiner's office can give an approximate distance. Why can they not give an exact one? Because their firearm in this case was never recovered.
That's going to be a big defense, Melly's team, is that they never found a murder weapon. You're putting this guy in prison for the rest of his life, or trying to kill him for the rest.
Yeah, but there's cameras. He was at the scene. There's cameras. There's proof that he was at the scene. You can't. That's too weak. I know y'all ain't spent 4 years coming up with that bullshit. That's too weak. They probably got one. He something happened. He was at. I ain't a lawyer or nothing like that, but they got cameras placing him at the scene.
Rest of his life, and there's no murder weapon. It's happened before. People have been convicted before without murder weapons, so.
They find one spent
That's too weak. That's too weak.
shell casing for a .40 caliber. That shows a gun was fired inside of that car. Afterwards, Mr. Denon's phone tracks with the two victims until about 4:20. So 15 minutes before Portland Henry takes the victims to the hospital.
Yeah, I remember that people saying, or someone said that he FaceTimed his mom, but I don't think that's true, or we'll see right here.
He FaceTimes his girlfriend at the time, Mariah Hamilton. Mariah Hamilton
So Mariah is Melly's girlfriend. Let's remember that name so everyone understands.
gets the phone call and screams, waking up her mother, Felicia Holmes. Felicia Holmes also
Felicia is Melly's girlfriend's mother, so Mariah's mother.
sees the defendant, Jamel Demons, on that FaceTime video call. He sends a drop pin to one of his friends, Frederick Gibbons. Frederick Gibbons is also involved in the music industry.
So that's Fredo Bang or whatever, right?
Frederick Gibbons then got 11 minutes
Oh, they got. Y'all ain't about to rap my boy Fredo Bang in this shit. Come on.
later is sent another drop pin where Mr. Demons has moved a couple of meters and see Mr. Demons taking steps. Lo and behold, look at the health activity data, a pedometer, a step counter, that's what it is. 70 steps. Then you're going to
Bro, you know how your phone has the health app? It fucking tracks your steps. I be checking my steps sometimes randomly. That's crazy. His health steps coming back to bite him.
another 70 steps.
Oh,
Then at 4:42, the time frame in which he's sending that drop pin to 4:53 a.m., you're going to see 1,397 steps. You will see this data showing the
Jesus.
defendant had the phone and was using it, giving out that phone number to multiple people as being his phone number. And to further prove that, the state is going to show you the Instagram, the Facebook.
Damn, nigga. Yeah, if you do something crazy like that, you might as well just get rid of the whole fucking phone. Fuck pinging the fucking. Niggas used to ping the cell phone towers to prove where you was at. Now all they gotta do is just track down your steps. Nigga, you might as well just got rid of the whole phone.
The Snapchat. Because contrary to popular belief, Snapchat doesn't disappear.
yeah, Snapchat doesn't disappear. I don't know why some kids actually think Snapchat disappears. Like, obviously on the back end, they can get that.
The defendant, during the course of the months of October 2018 through December of 2018, gives out his phone number 15 times.
Damn.
Says, this is me, and all during the same time frame of October
Can't deny that's not your phone number if you give it out 15 times. Jesus Christ.
26th of 2018. He's giving out that phone number.
Damn.
This is not an actor that's playing a character. This was his real life. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see that as soon as October 24th, 2 days before the homicide, Jamel Demons is learning the oath of loyalty to the G-Shine blood set. You're going to see things in these messages that will be indicative of blood membership. Anytime a word would normally be spelled with a C, as in Charlie, they don't use that.
Oh my God, she's talking about replacing C with B. That's kind of
She's so white. She's so...
fucking stupid. Who cares?
They replace it with the letter B. So instead of saying, I'm at the crib, they say, I'm at the rib. Why, ladies
Yeah, get your white ass out of here.
and gentlemen? Because C is associated with Chris. Jamel Demons is dropping C's and using B's.
Prosecution's done a really
That don't got nothing to do with nothing.
good job of trying to already shit on the defense, because she's trying to say this isn't an act. That's what Melly's team is going to say, that this is all an act and that he's not really a member of a gang and all that shit. So it's going to be interesting here.
This individual is reaching out, asking if Mr. Demons is good, and Mr. Demons responds.
Please don't do the thing when you bring up the nigga's music and say, oh, well, look at this music. He's throwing up this set. Look at this music. He's claiming it. Please don't do this shit no more. Please, 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 please.
Very succinctly. I did that. Shh.
I made a video about that too as well, like 8-9 months ago. It's concerning for sure, but there could be more context to it. Who knows? I've already had like 10 kids hit me up since this was shown. They're like, what do you think about this? I'm like, dude, I made a video about this literally like 8 months ago or some shit. It's on the screen right here. So it looks like he has 3 people helping him. Oh, he's smiling a little bit. He seemed a little nervous, bro. He's breathing a little heavy. He's probably just happy to see some of his friends and family.
Nigga, I'll be breathing heavy too if I was facing a nigga's facing a death penalty. Nigga, I would be shitting bricks.
Honestly, because apparently this motherfucker's been locked up in like some bad conditions over the past few years.
What they will bring you is a case that is riddled with reasonable doubt, that is founded on a
Okay, cook. This the Sal Goodman right here, a cook, nigga.
competent and incomplete investigation, and exercise poor judgment at every turn. The state cannot prove beyond a reasonable doubt the allegations that they have made. To let you know that she does not have to prove motive. And she's right about that. The law doesn't require her to prove motive. But you know what?
And that is true. There is no motive. Why? Allegedly, because he's still going through a trial. If he did do this, what's the motive? What's the reason behind it? No, I don't know that. Fans don't know that. Nobody knows what's the reason if he did this shit. There's no reasonable doubt. Nobody knows the reason why.
It does require motive. A young man to wake up one day and decide that he's going to kill 2 of his best friends that he grew up with, best friends that he hangs out with, best friends who he lives with, best friends whose careers he was trying to launch alongside his own. They have no reason for why he would do this. And if after 4 years of investigation, the state comes and says, hey, he killed 2 of his friends, his best friends, and you're wondering why, their answer is, I don't know. That's the first indication that they're just guessing.
There's no reasonable doubt.
They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, motive's going to be a big one here. There's that conspiracy about like they were threatening Melly's mom and all that bullshit.
Yeah, but we don't know that.
But I'm pretty sure that's been disproven.
By itself is reasonable doubt. Why he would commit such a heinous crime against his own 2 best friends for no reason. Is that the lead detective?
Facts. The nigga didn't just wipe his ass and wake up and brush his teeth and wash his face and be like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna take out my 2 best friends that I grew up with.
Detective Murray saw a video of Mr. Demons getting into a car 40 plus minutes before bodies were found in that car. And then he discovered that Mr. Demons was a rising star. He decided he's the only person that could have committed this crime. Because if you're involved in prosecuting a star, you become a star. And he had tunnel vision. He zeroed in on this person, this young man, as the only possible perpetrator of that crime, to the exclusion of all other leads and evidence. There's a difference between cases that are investigated and cases that are fabricated. There are
Oh, cook then, nigga. Cook, nigga. Yeah, okay.
number of leads that you will discover,
Oh, so now he's going to point other different leads that other people could have done this and killed them.
but were either completely ignored or given short shrift.
That's gonna be hard to prove that though. Considering that it was only 4 motherfuckers in the car. It's gonna be hard to prove that. That's really hard.
Start with the most obvious.
But I don't think there's no witnesses like that though. So, okay. All right.
Portland Henry.
I saw people saying this. Is he about to put some blame on Bortland? That's surprising. Melly's going to let his lawyer blame Bortland?
Those were not Mr. Demons' lies.
Hell yeah, he defended Melly. He don't give a fuck about Bortland, but had came in with his own lawyer, nigga.
Those were his lies. Cortland Henry shows up at Memorial Hospital, Miramar. You don't see him sitting there, but where you will see him sitting is in the driver's seat of a car with 2 dead bodies, car riddled with bullets. And when he shows up with a change of clothing, change of shirt, gunpowder residue on his hands, evidencing that he had discharged a firearm. He lies about where the
Oh, so they gonna put that shit on Bortland. Ooh, niggas is cooking.
Incident occurred. He lies about.
So he's putting all the...
I shouldn't be this. Let me stop acting like I'm excited about this shit. People have lost their lives in this situation. It's very unfortunate, but I always wanted to figure out what is YNW Melly's, what's his defense? What is his attorney gonna come up with a defense to defend him? And this shit, I ain't gonna lie, it's not that bad. And I got a fart. Oh.
lies on Bortland.
They soon discover that he's lying about the location of this incident, and they went back to him, and they labeled him a victim. And they said, we know you're scared. A gentleman named Montrell Roll and his sister, Nia Hewitt. Who were they? Well, another police department came into possession of jail calls between those two that occurred within 3 days after the murders, and discussed what they describe as intimate details of the murders. Intimate details means details that are not in the public domain. They go out and interview Miss Hewitt. They don't interview Mr. Roll. And they ask her, well, how did you know all these intimate details? Oh, I heard it, something to the effect of a word on the street. Doesn't say when she heard it. Doesn't say who she heard it from. That's lead number 2.
Yeah, I mean, lawyer's doing his job. He's trying to show reasonable doubt right now.
Then there's Robert Coburn. Who is he? He's a gentleman that owns a social media account by the name of Backwards. Within days after these murders, posts this message: LOL. We killed 2 of your niggas. Oh, really? It took him 7 months to go and talk to Mr. Coburn, the owner of this account, that posts what amounts to an unequivocal confession to involvement in that murder. Why? Already had his gun.
So some dude had an Instagram account saying I killed these 2 N-words. Yeah, I mean, like, reasonable doubt, but it could be someone false claiming shit. People false claim shit all
Yeah, that's not strong enough.
the time on the internet. Who knows?
David Hedgepath. He had a Twitter account called Crucial Almighty. He posts a confession to this murder.
He's got a lot of people that posted confessions.
Something to the effect of, me coming at that Jeep. Can't remember the quote. You're going to hear about it. And essentially it was a confession to involvement in the murders. To go and talk to him. They knew about it a year and a half earlier. It took them a year and a half to go and talk to him. Why do you do that unless you've already concluded that you know who committed the crime, you've already determined who your defendant will be? Well, actually before, this is a year and a half before, they said, oh, we determined that he was just trying to start an internet beef to advance his career. Who told him that? So it took them a year and a half to go down there and track him down. And when they do go and track him down, they say, hey, did you commit the murder? No. Were you in the area? No. Where were you? Oh, I could have been at work. At work where? Any one of 3 places. Okay, could you give me a work schedule? As though that would prove anything. He said, well, I can get it now. Oh, no, don't worry about it. Just email it to me.
All right, where the fuck are we? Like, what is he?
And he doesn't even do that. There is no report that he even follows up and sends them an email of this mysterious work schedule proving that he wasn't at the location. They conclude, oh, he's not there, wasn't him, case closed.
Even if some of these people are false claiming and they're just trying to start beefs and shit online, it does make a jury second guess themselves for sure.
Several other people who are potential.
You can't listen to what the. Yeah, that's too weak. That's too weak. That's too weak.
Suspects who were not tracked down, you are going to hear about them during the course of this trial.
What motherfuckers say online, that's too weak. You got to go off of hard, solid evidence. That's too weak.
The state looks at its case and says, oh man, this looks a little incompetent. Miramar Police seems to have botched this investigation, and they call the Broward Sheriff's Office and ask them to come and look at the investigation upon which this entire prosecution rests. And he says he instantly knew he had to start from scratch. I think his words were, it was the worst thing I had seen in my life. This is the Broward Sheriff's Office evaluating the work product of the Miramar Police Department.
So now he's trying to make the Miramar Police Department look dumb because Broward County Sheriff's Office came in and said, wow, this is terrible. What's going on here? I guess to restart.
You're not here to judge Mr. Demons. You're here to judge the sufficiency of the state's case. That is your assignment. You're not here for a show to see who you like more. There are 2 grades, beyond a reasonable doubt and not guilty. The state is telling you they have a state that is free of reasonable doubt. You're not here looking for proof. You're here looking for doubt. Their entire case is hinged upon the technology of a phone they claim to have been in Mr. DeMons' possession. What they fail to tell you is that they come across evidence that Mr. DeMons got out of that car before this incident. Of somebody other than Mr. DeMons. What they forgot to tell you is that their own witness will tell you that yes, that phone and Mr. Williams' phone and a number of other phones were all in the same account, and all of the people in the house used to use them interchangeably.
I don't know if
Okay, that's not a bad. Okay, because the messages that was on that phone, since a lot of people uses it, anybody could have sent that message. That don't mean it could have been Melly. I don't mind that. I don't. Okay, keep cooking a little bit.
I feel about that because that was a common defense in the X trial was that Michael Boatwright's phone, the guy that shot and killed X, it wasn't actually his phone. It was like a group phone. I was like, is this a common thing? Do motherfuckers have a group phone? I feel like that's not a fucking thing.
If you're a reasonable person and you have doubt,
Hey, shit, nigga, you better come up with something.
that's reasonable doubt. And if there is a scintilla of reasonable doubt, you must have the courage to speak up and say so. You're not here to judge him. You're here to judge the sufficiency of their case. They have a big task in front of them. Should probably get to it.
He said they have a big task in front of them. They should probably get to it. Yeah, I mean, Melly's lawyer did a pretty good job on opening statements. He's like really trying to cast reasonable doubt because, you know, there's no proof that Melly had a gun physically in his fucking hand. Some of it could be circumstantial. Like, it's kind of true. So she works for Miramar Police Department. Okay.
Reacting a story he's going like this because he's saying that he had to duck down in the driver's seat. He was driving, so more being hit.
I know this man's nervous, bro. His heart's probably beat.
Yeah. Because if they went to the hospital, and they tried to make it seem like they was trying to help the two guys that were already dead, it's a lot of witnesses that was in that hospital that was like, yo, we saw the car riddled with bullets. We saw a couple guys. I don't know why would you go to the... I don't know. That wasn't smart at all, going to the hospital, because that wasn't smart.
So here's the footage of Bortland arriving to the hospital with the dead bodies at 4:35 in the morning. He's whipping it.
Officer, so we don't have to go through the entire video. Did you recognize the vehicle that just entered the hospital?
Yes, ma'am.
And was that the vehicle that you observed, that you testified to earlier?
Yes, ma'am.
Going to publish the outside ER entrance, continuing to publish.
That was Bortland that ran? That was Bortland that ran in the hospital?
Bro's sprinting inside.
Going to pause the video at 4:36 and 11 seconds. We see a second individual in the video frame. Can you recognize that person?
Yeah, that's me.
No way they show the bodies, right?
Yeah, where I'm out the... Yeah, where...
Yeah, they blurred it. Another guy worked for the Miramar Police Department. This guy, get the fuck out of the way of the camera.
Does the name change depending on the jurisdiction?
I'm just joking. I know shit happens in court. People get in the way of shit.
Okay, moving further west, what's the next major intersection that's reflected on this map on the far left on Miramar Parkway?
This guy came in and explained the roads and all that information. Pretty boring stuff, to be honest. I'm gonna keep going.
Left, he's on the far left side here. Okay.
What's bro writing down? See, it's really shitty quality. If you want to listen to this, go watch my other video. Way better quality than this shit. It's basically Bortland telling the police where the fucking shooting happened, but his story is so mixed up. It makes him look really bad because he looks like he's lying, to be honest, but...
Do you have the description of the car? That's what I'm saying. I need to see.
That's the drivers talking to the... Why didn't he just ask for a lawyer? You knew that they was going to try to poke holes in your statement. It's just not... You don't, every single day, you don't just see somebody just drive to the hospital with a couple of bodies in the back of their car. Detectives are going to get involved. Homicide detectives are going to get involved. Nigga, you should just ask for a lawyer, because they would have been like, something not right. They would have poked holes in your whole fucking testimony. You should have never said anything to them niggas.
They just asked if do you have the description of the car? He said, I didn't see no car. He's talking about people hating on them at some point. They have enemies, so people could have done this.
I'm still ducking. I'm trying not to be seen, you know what I'm saying?
He just said no to his lawyer. She's whispering something and they looked at the camera.
Should it in fear or...
Over there laughing and shit. Nigga, I would have been like, bitch, I'm facing they about to fry me. Don't tell me no joke.
Girl.
Facing a death penalty. I ain't trying to smile with you, motherfucker. You better get your ass up there and cook.
Yeah.
Before they cook me.
He also looks a little annoyed with his lawyer right now. This lawyer keeps saying shit to him and to make him laugh. She did it like twice. What is going on?
Like nobody was, like...
She ain't taking my shit serious. I'm firing her black ass. Fuck that shit. Niggas, Sal Goodman wouldn't have cracked a fucking smile, nigga. I'm facing a death penalty. I don't want to hear your fucking mom jokes, nigga.
It was like, I know it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I wish I could hear their conversation. Like, what are they talking about?
like, you know how
Melly just made that crazy face. So here's the infamous footage of them leaving the studio at 2 in the morning or whatever. And I believe this is Sack Chaser right here. He was the taller one. He goes in the front right passenger.
That's fucked up. He probably didn't even see that shit coming.
I think that could be Juvie right here, going into the back right passenger.
Fuck Melly small.
No, that could be Bortland actually.
Yeah, I think that's Bortland. He was driving.
Yeah, that's Bortland, I believe. Going into the driver's seat. That's the person who dropped off the body. Here's Melly walking out. Apparently he has his phone in hand. I haven't seen it yet. Oh yeah, it's right there. Melly gets in the back left seat here.
Excuse me, you're able to see? Yes, all right.
There's Juvie getting in the back right seat.
Yeah, no idea that was gonna be their last ride. That's fucked up.
And then they all leave, and 2 of them are dead within 30 minutes. So as soon as the police saw that, they were like, we didn't know this other guy, YNW Melly, was getting in the car as well. Big red flag. Obviously, for any detective, they'd be getting a...
So the fact, yeah, the camera got them all together in that car, including Melly.
fucking hard one for this. So they'd be like, wait, who's this?
And Detective Moretti and I walked from Pembroke Road all the way to Taft, north on Taft to Taft, and then back. That was about 2 miles.
All right, so now Melly's lawyer is going to come up and cross-examine.
With Mr. Cortland Henry for the first time, you had already been told that based on the description of the location of the incident that he provided to law enforcement, they found no evidence.
Right, from I-70, based on what Cortland told the officers.
So at that time, you had already formed the impression that he was either mistaken or not being candid.
It was, I think through the statement, it was pretty evident that we were trying to narrow down where that location was.
Melly's lawyer's really trying to push the Portland lied a lot.
Well, later on,
They try to fry that nigga.
we did, after we saw that there was a 4th person in the car, when we didn't find any evidence. So I guess if you want to call that a BS meter or whatever, I'm just trying to gauge if he's being truthful with me, if he's hiding something. We asked him all kinds of questions, whether it was a drug deal, whether he had a beef with someone on 75.
Is there items of jewelry that are visible?
I wonder too if they. I mean, this is only day 1, but I wonder if they ain't ever put that nigga. They ain't put what's his name, Bortland. They didn't put that nigga to a lie detector test if his shit wasn't matching up. I know he gonna be. I know he got the second day. I know he coming into court. I hope he got a really good defense. I know that he coming into court.
In this photograph?
Yes, it is.
Jesus, they're showing fucking pictures of the dead bodies right now.
Is there jewelry that is in the deceased earlobes?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
The audio is so dog shit, bro. I know it's hard because people are moving around and shit, but I mean, I know that she's just showing the clothes of what the victims were in. So this is what Sack Chaser had in his pockets right here, his ID and blunt wraps, and looks like fucking $100 or something.
And this little letter K.
So picture of the bullet holes and the clothes. So I would imagine this is where Melly staged the drive-by in this area, or allegedly staged the drive-by. Who fucking knows, dude? I'm gonna have to be careful in what I say in this fucking videos. Like, people are gonna be like, what do you mean allegedly? What do you mean? I don't know, dude. I'm a fucking
Innocent until proven guilty, man. Everything's allegedly. You good, my nigga. You good.
kid making videos on. I'm not a goddamn police officer. So yeah, that's it for day 1 of Melly's trial. Pretty much what I thought would happen. They explained the messages that Melly sent, ballistics, the phone.
Yeah, day 2 probably gonna be even more crazier. I saw that Lil Boozy had came to his That's a good video, by the way. Where that nigga at? Lil Boozy had supported him. That nigga Lil Boozy be everywhere. That nigga just be doing side quests. Where that shit at? Lil Boozy egg-headed ass was over there. There he is.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the Law and Crime Network. I'm Linda Kenny Bodden. If you're just joining us now, you know our trial coverage takes us to Broward County, Florida today for the trial.
This fucking... Huh. You ain't even in the fucking video. I don't want to hear these egg-headed ass niggas talking. Where the fuck is Lil Boozy? Niggas is whack for that. Fuck it. I ain't about to find that shit. But yeah, Lil Boozy did went out there to support him. Because considering, you know, he knows what it's like to... he beat the death penalty, for goddamn it. But, shit. I don't know, man. Day two probably going to be tomorrow. We just going to have to see what's going to happen. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. As always, I'm out.